Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the podcast. To our new listeners, I'm Linda and
I'm Ricky.
I was gonna try to say something funny, but clearly no.
What if you're like, I'm Linda and this is my show? The camera just goes
And
to
then
you.
pans to you, and I ask you like a really hard question. So what's your take on 9/11?
Oh my God. So I watched this podcast called Twinnuendo, and they always make jokes about 9/11. They're like, ever since the towers fell, it was just never the same. I mean, honestly, that was quite a pivotal moment.
It really wasn't.
It really...
Like, just this year, it's when we had to stop taking off our shoes at the airport.
Oh, that's true.
So, like...
Can I tell you, I'm afraid of going to the airport. So I'm going on vacation this next week. And I have a Spanish last name. And that kind of makes me nervous because you never know these days because they are picking up U.S. citizens.
You just hear the cop noise.
Brown alert, brown alert.
Boop, boop, boop. Like...
Brown alert, brown alert. I mean, I have like TSA pre-check. So like I have all my papers, but you never know. They could be like...
TSA pre-check is a fake line. It's a line straight to the bus to Mexico.
Oh my God, can you imagine? Jesus Christ.
But
did you get nervous when you went to your company party?
Yes, because one, it was Florida. And I was like, uno nunca sabe in Florida. And
did you have all your papers?
yes. Yes, of course. And then, so I don't have TSA pre-check, which has never really been an issue leaving Austin and the places that we've gone. Like I feel like I've only gone to like smaller airports. So like the San Diego airport, there's one in the Reagan one is small in Virginia. And then probably the biggest one was like the Denver one, but that wasn't so bad.
You went to Heathrow too, right? In London?
Oh, yeah. And those didn't seem so bad because there's a lot more structure there because it's like international travel.
Yeah.
But when we went to Florida and on the way back, like I was with coworkers, and first of all, like we had a bus pick us up like exactly 2 hours before our flight.
A bus? What kind of bus?
Oh, wait, no.
An ice bus?
It was a Suburban.
Okay.
It was all decked out. I was like, a bus? No.
Oh, Suburban, damn.
Because they had like grouped people. So like 5 of us were going to the same terminal. So all 5 of us are gonna get picked up at the same time. But it's 2 hours like exactly before. So, and then you're also waiting for other people. So we're like waiting in the car for everybody to get there. And then it was like maybe 20 to 30 minute drive. So when we get there, I'm like, okay, an hour and a half. Not bad. And then the fucking lines are long. And then my coworkers are like, I have TSA pre-check, see you later. And
Bye,
I'm like,
bitch.
oh, so they're like a pour on the regular line. And it's taking for fucking ever. And I'm panicking. And I'm texting Ricardo and I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to get stuck in Florida.
And they treat you like cattle in those.
Yes, dude. Because you're just like, you're literally mooing from one line to the next. And then it didn't go fast until like there's like 3 people in front of me and they're already checking your ID. That's the part that went fast. But I'm just like, so like just seeing like the line go swirl and swirl and swirl was so anxiety inducing because I was like, I'm going to miss this flight. And then what am I going to do? And I made it, but luckily because I flew Southwest and I forgot to check in, I was Group C. So but by the time I'm hauling ass, they're like, letting on the B's, and I'm like, okay, I'm on time technically.
Yeah.
And it was like a full flight, so it was just like a nightmare to travel back. But the actual flight time from Florida to Austin was about 2.5 hours, maybe 3. So truly not that bad.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about travel more, but do you want to talk about our outfits first?
Yes. Okay. You go first.
Okay. So we're trying to be more conscious of our listeners who are not viewing video. So we're going to be very descriptive. So I'm wearing my black leather Prada boots. And then I'm wearing these Versace jeans that have got like, it's like multi-black gray patchwork.
Patchy, yeah.
And then I'm wearing a rib t-shirt from Banana Republic that's white. And then I'm wearing some jewels here and there on the wrists and the fingers.
Did you roll the sleeves yourself?
I did.
Or
yeah.
did it come like that? Because
No,
it looks really nice.
I rolled the sleeves myself. You know, what's funny is I tried sewing these and then I put them through the wash and it fell apart. So I obviously don't know how to sew, hand sew. But me thinking I'm like roll like Mamona, like I can sew. Nope.
You're like toiling.
Yeah.
Wait, did you sew by hand?
Yeah. Didn't work.
I can sew better by hand than a machine. And Ricardo bought me a machine and I still haven't been able to learn it.
You need
se me enreda todo el thing. And I'm like, ah. But okay, my outfit is actually, I'm wearing like a 2-piece workout outfit. That's like an entirely ribbed material and it's green. So it's like green leggings and the green sports bra. I am wearing a brown sweater or like loose sweater over it just because I'm chilly.
It's like fleece, right?
Yes. And
Soft.
pairing it with some white Hanes and my Nike Air Maxes white because, and no promises, but I might work out today.
Ooh.
So following, us recording this, I might, I'm thinking I'll take off my makeup and then do some workout because it's early January and I'm trying to like get into the habit of this. Very, very cliche New Year's resolution, right? But my outfit, my green 2-piece, I got it for $10 at the Pulga en Laredo. So shout out. And my brown sweater, I got it for, I don't remember, but I got this at Goodwill.
You and the Alphaba Green.
Oh, yeah, for my listeners.
For the Wicked fans.
For the Wicked fans, this is Alphaba Green.
It's giving Let's Get Physical. I love it.
Ooh,
Let's
yes.
get physical.
Let's get into our word of the day. And for this one, Ricky, please do the honors.
Yeah, so I really like this word, which is migajera. So it is a Mexican slang term for someone who settles for crumbs, essentially. So accepting very little affectionate attention or value in relationships or life. So this would be like if, you have a friend who's dating a scrub, guy who barely does anything, you're the one who works, he's just at home. He cheats on you, so you would be considered a migajera. Like you have no respect for yourself. You're just accepting crumbs. Yeah, so I'm sure at some point we've either been that or somebody who's been that.
Yes, we've all been there. But you know what? Once you've been there and you see somebody doing that, like, you see your friend going through it, you literally just have to let them make their own mistakes because they let you make your own mistakes. Like, it's one of those things where like, once you've been through it, you recognize it.
Yeah.
And those who are like going through it for the first time or like, what is it? Rose-colored glasses. It's kind of one of those like, well, you have to wait and see. Like you have to, what is it? Realize. Like you have to.
Realizing things.
It's like I said,
it's the year of realizing things.
It's the year, thanks to Kylie Jenner, it's the year of realizing things. But that's I hadn't heard that word before, but I get it. Because like, migas.
Chopped up tortillas. Yeah. So if you can, try to acknowledge if you are migajera. If you see one in your friends, just be like, hey, I noticed this. It's your life. But I think you deserve better.
And yeah, we all deserve better. And if you ever experience this in like a past relationship or whatever, just know that we've all been there.
Yeah, totally. So let's see if we can incorporate that into our conversation today.
Okay.
But I did quickly want to go back to travel because I'm interested to see what kind of traveler you are, because we're friends, and so I noticed that your attention to time can be a little delayed as such. So I'm just wondering, what is your your travel system look like? Do you like to get to the airport really early? Are you always running late? Are you packing last minute? What does that look like for Linda?
I'm sorry. Is this an intervention? No. Okay. Packing, definitely last minute.
Okay.
I'm a last minute packer, but mostly because I am so caught up in like wrapping up all of the things in work that I'm always like, I'm not even on anywhere near vacation mode yet. So it's not like I've checked off all the things like on my literal like to-do list where I'm like, okay, now I can move on to the packing.
Yeah.
The airport thing, I am actually an early airport because of my husband.
So before you met your husband, if you had to travel, were you like, I'll be there like an hour before. It's fine. 30 minutes before.
I guess I didn't travel. I really didn't travel. So that wasn't really like a thing at the time. But I guess if I'm thinking about it now, if my husband weren't here and I needed to travel, oof, I'd miss my flight.
You think so?
I probably like, sometimes I kind of suck at being on time to things.
Ricky, can you confirm or deny those allegations?
Linda doesn't believe in time.
You're like, it's a concept.
If I have to be somewhere at a certain time, I'll tell her it starts an hour earlier. And this is one of those things in our relationship that
He's like, really grinds my gears.
yeah, it does, because I hate being late. I love getting there an hour earlier than anybody else. I love waiting for people. And Linda likes getting there 30 minutes after everybody else.
It's called fashionably late.
Is that how you grew up? Is that your family? Like, you guys are chronically late, or is that like a you thing?
I think it's my family.
Okay, because Luke's family's like that too.
Like when we get together for the holidays and we're like waiting on people, one of us is always late.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're like, it's how I grew up. I can't help it.
That's my culture. But
you're like, time is a concept, and I don't subscribe to that.
It is a concept. It is made up. It is capitalist. Down
you're
down
like,
with time.
other people's time is not my responsibility.
It's truly not. But I get it. When I'm late to something, it's like I understand how that is disrespectful to somebody else.
But
that
anyway,
being said, so my husband does lie to me about when the movie starts. Although one time we did that to Alma, because Alma is also always late.
Who's later, you or her?
Alma.
Okay.
And that's
she's
because,
like, I win.
Yeah, and so like we went to go see Uncut Gems, and we told her that the movie started at like 7 and it started at like 8:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm ready, you guys. We're like, great. The movie starts at 8. And she's like, you lied to me. And she couldn't like get over the fact that we like the whole time we were in the movies and we're watching the trailers. And she's like, I can't believe you lied to me. And we're like, well, we're here.
Yeah, you're enjoying the movie, so.
Well, yeah. And then that's also like, I know that's one of my husband's pet peeves is movies, because he wants to get there.
Yeah.
Because you know when you go to the draft house, they have those like clips before they even do the trailers.
Yeah. Those are fun.
He wants to make it to those, and unfortunately we don't always make it to them, and then he's sad. But in my mind, I'm like, but you're watching the movie and we're on time to the movie.
You're like, I did you a favor. Those are a waste of time.
Honestly, you want to sit there with the light on?
You're like, I don't. Okay, so you already said you're poor and can't afford TSA pre-check, but so yeah. How do you feel about going through security? So I know it's stressful, but I try to like, I'm like, I already know they're probably going to be assholes and I need to rush and all that. And I think Luke told you this too. Whenever he gets nervous or people are giving him instructions, like he blanks.
Yeah.
So him and TSA don't get along.
When they're like, take your laptop off the bag.
And he's like what? Who? So he gets very nervous. He doesn't like being like yelled at. Like it's too much. It's like sensory overload. For you, is it like a pretty seamless, like you're like, this isn't stressful, or like, does it feel stressful?
So it feels stressful in the sense that like, you just know that like you just never know who you're dealing with. And some people, like those TSA people, if they're having a bad day,
they're going to take it out on you.
Tell me, like, you're going to be a part of it.
How do you feel about going through TSA? Is that stressful?
So I feel like before I would feel anxious about what do I do? Because, they just yell at you for no reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I take out my bag of liquids? Do I take out my laptop, take off my shoes, take off your jacket and all that stuff? But now I'm like, no, like I'm obviously not going to rush.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do things as timely as possible, but I'm not going to scramble so that where I'm like freaking myself out.
Yeah.
Is how I'm trying to approach it. Because one, at least we don't have to take off our shoes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like big. And in the Austin airport, you don't have to take out your laptop anymore.
Mm.
Now you can keep it all like in your bag. So it's
Yeah.
just like the bin for your suitcase and the bin for your backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And your jacket or whatever. So now it's getting like a lot smoother.
Yeah.
What I am still anxious about is in other airports, because I don't know how those work. And if
Yeah.
they don't have the new machines, then I'm like, I have to take out things. And mostly because the times that I've traveled with laptops, it's for work. And I have like a laptop, an iPad, and then I have a monitor. I travel with like a portable monitor.
Mm.
And that's like, that feels like so embarrassing for me to take out all these things and like, oh, here's your iPad and here's my computer and
You're like Mary
here's-
Poppins.
yes,
just taking
dude. And
things
then
out.
what really bugs me is how everybody crowds at the other side because they want to get their things.
Oh yeah, and then everyone's like putting
And
their
it's
shoes
like,
on, and
you clearly went after me.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you in front of me?
yeah, people get. Oh, sorry, we're gonna move on to like exiting the plane. I fucking hate people who just jump out of their fucking chair and then they like barrel down as everyone's trying to like get their shit out. That's what I hate about this country is I feel like there's no sense of like, okay, we're all in this together. Let's just all like you learned this in pre-K. Let's just
Like,
get
we don't even clap when we land anymore.
ever since 9/11. No, but I feel like other countries, it's very much like we're a part of society. We're in this together. Like everyone, take your time. We're going to get in line. We'll figure this out together. I feel like in America, it's like me first.
Yes.
And I fucking hate that. We as a society, we're so just like up our own asses that I'm like,
Yeah.
just fucking like be nice, be considerate. Like you don't need to do all this.
Yeah, it's very like you said, it's very me, and I come first.
Like during the pandemic when all those videos came out of people acting crazy in planes, refusing to wear masks or being like really drunk, racist,
Sometimes I just wonder, like, how, why, and where and I'm going to be real, it is mostly white people. Where do they get the gall to do this?
the privilege.
The
of-
caucasity to act up?
I mean, because they know they can get away with it.
But that's crazy because I mean, granted, it hasn't been everybody, but the internet has been so much adamant about, I guess the word is doxing,
Mm-hmm.
but like reporting people to their jobs, like reporting fucking kids to their school, and like they have been fired, they have been like expelled from the schools and stuff. It's like you see that there have been some consequences,
Mm-hmm.
and yet
It keeps happening.
it keeps happening.
Well, because one side of the internet is like trying to hold people accountable, and then the other one is saying you don't have to be accountable for anything because you didn't do anything wrong. You can say the N-word, of course. It's America.
That's just kind of like, okay, so y'all are just never gonna learn.
No.
Like you guys just don't want to learn.
Yeah, I mean, when you have an administration that's telling people it's okay to be white and that you're not racist, you just have an opinion, it kind of, that's why people do this shit. But I think that's why it is important that there is street justice. So if you do think you can go up to a black person and say whatever you want, well, guess what? They can smack the fuck out of you and teach you a lesson.
Did you ever watch that show? I think we talked about it briefly last time. The jury duty show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where the one of the characters, she's like, I'm a member of the RBI, and they're like, what is that? She's like, the Reddit Bureau of Investigation.
The Reddit
Yeah.
Bureau of Investigation?
Yeah, like they're just like online sleuthers.
Oh, okay.
So that's that's like a really strong, you know, part of the internet.
Yeah.
You know, the people who are like, they're like, do your internet, do your thing. Where does she work? And they're like, oh, she works here and we just got her fired. Like that nurse that kept the woman giving birth, and I think she was black. And she's sitting on the chair, and the nurse is like, we'll get you in. What's your, like, trying to get her information, like, what's your name, what's your insurance? And she's like,
I'm having a baby.
the woman is like clearly like about to give birth and like in so much pain and screaming and crying, and the nurse is like, calm down, like, what's your insurance, like purposely taking long. She ended up giving birth like within minutes after that video was filmed, and that nurse was fired.
Good.
And then a lot of people were saying like, that's not what you're supposed to do. Like, when somebody comes in and if it's you're cutting it real close to like the medical help that they need, you're always like, what's your name? Okay, we'll deal with the rest later. I just need to know your name. Like,
Yeah.
And there's just like the disregard that a lot of like people have, and I know that like when we say like white people stuff, that, you know, it can come from like a jokey place, but it's also like there's a lot of white people who are so fucking evil.
Yeah. Well, what's funny about that is like those same white people who do those things are like, I'm not an evil person. It's like, but you are. Or they're like, how dare you accuse me of being racist? But then they'll say racist things. I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Like when somebody at work called me Speedy Gonzalez, and I was like,
I see you.
If we were cool, I'd laugh at this,
But
we're not.
Did you say anything back?
I said it to somebody, being like, hey, like, you know, so and so called me Speedy Gonzalez, and I really don't know how to feel about that. Like, I know that the character is like what it's rooted in. Like it also, what was its sidekick's name?
Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Yeah. So like,
who's like an alcoholic, right? Drunk.
Yeah. And so, but then I did tell this to another white person who said, that's probably not how they meant it. And I was like, oh.
They were gaslighting you.
Okay. And then didn't do anything. I mean, we didn't do anything.
They'll defend their own for sure.
And that sucked, because I get it. It was funny, but like, at what cost?
I think you just have to know your audience, right? Like, I think if you know the person, and there's also levels to it, right? Like if that, obviously, if you had been closer, would have been funny or whatever if I say that to you,
yeah.
right? But then there's people conflate saying something like that with like calling you the S word. Spick. We can bleep that. Spick.
Dude.
So if people are like, oh, well, if I say Speedy Gonzalez, I can also say Spick. It's like, no, you can't.
Wait, let me tell you how, and I'm going to say the word unhoused, but like a homeless, unhoused person in Austin called me a spick one time. It's like,
you should have been like, at least I have a house.
I was like, what? And this was during the pandemic, and we went to, and we went to go pick up food one time, and I stayed in the car, and I went with Alma, or with you.
I wasn't there.
I went with Alma, but I was driving, so I just parked, and Alma was like, I'll go get the food, and I stay in the car, and this like homeless man walks in front. He's white, and he like walks in front of the car, looks at me, and he's like, you fucking spick, keeps walking. And I'm just like, first of all, what? I was like, we're still using that word? And second of all, like, you are
homeless.
You are homeless, and you still think you're better than me. Like that.
You're the reason he's homeless.
Apparently.
Because, you know, we just come here to take their jobs.
He took his senior director of SEO.
I could have been something.
Yeah, I clearly came into this country to take his job. No. And so he just, and I remember like, I was so thrown off that I was like, wait, what? And then it did, like, after a while, I was like, oh, that's really sad, like, made me sad and made me really upset. And I think now when I can laugh about it, but in the moment I was like, I cannot believe somebody just called me that. And it made me feel so,
Well, you
don't
feel
know.
dehumanized.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I'm like, sir, like now I'm laughing. And because he called me something racist, I'm going to make fun of him for being homeless.
Yeah.
But I'm like, here's this homeless, crusty homeless man.
Well, that's another thing about certain, again, we're being very specific about certain white people. We're not saying all white people who they're like, I should be able to say whatever I want. But once you call them a cracker, they like, get so offended and they're like, that's racism too. I'm like, well, if you don't believe in racism, so that means I can say whatever. I can call you a cousin fucker.
And it's also a social
I can
construct.
say that you like to play the spoons. You know, that you like burn easily in the sun because like you're a fucking vampire, you know, like.
And you know, all of these things that you say about them do not hurt them in any way. Does not stop
them. But then they
them
still act offended.
No, right. But I'm saying like, this is how, like, this is why racism is like social.
Yeah.
Is social construct, because we can say, I can tell somebody like cracker or like all you eat is mayonnaise. Or like you think toothpaste is spicy. None of those things is going to stop them from getting a job.
Right.
They're like, at least from my actions, that's not going to stop them from getting a job.
I would even say too, those insults aren't even like that severe.
They're not.
Like the most severe one is like cousin fucker.
But they do add. Allegedly. Don't sue
Whereas
me,
like
Blake Lively.
spick like is just like so rooted and like.
Yes,
like
like
it's
they're
ugly.
like, we're saying, and I feel like a lot of like the phrases that people of color have come up with for white people are also just like more humorous.
Yeah, they're like funny.
And but it's not somebody, you know, calling you a spick. It's not somebody saying the N-word. It's not somebody saying other like very stereotypical things that have historically stopped Black and brown people or like been a barrier for Black and brown people to thrive, to get jobs, to get access to certain things like that. Like that's where like I'm gonna draw the line if somebody's like, you're being racist towards white people, because that's not fucking true.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't have any power over you, even in like social situations or anything. Like I don't. But it's just like there's just so much more history, obviously, of like white people doing that to like disenfranchise people, that like we know that there's consequences there.
Yeah.
I've yet to see a consequence of of a white man being called a cracker.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, are you still the CEO of whatever the fuck?
Yeah. It's an evil world we live in.
Dude. But anyways, when he called me that, I was like, what? And now it's I'm laughing today mostly because I'm like, he's a homeless man. He had the audacity to like, he was like, and you know what? He's like, I may not have money,
a home,
clean underwear. I may not smell good, but I'm fucking better than you fucking brown bitch. That's what that moment, that's what that was. And like today, I'm like, that's fucking funny that I gave it that power in the moment, because I think I got home and I cried. Yeah. Like, and I was
because it feels ugly
that
in the
I gave
moment.
it that power in the moment. But now I'm like, sir, bañate. Like
when you told Alma when she came back in the car, what did she say?
She was. I think we were both just like very like what is it, like incredulous. We're just like, what?
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck? And she's like, where is he? I was like, girl, I don't even know where he is. He just like.
Was she ready to fight him?
Probably, but he just like, I was like, first of all, his eyesight must have been real good, because it was the dark and I'm in my car and he's like, fuck his and I'm like, oh, that, or he's just like
calling anyone at the Mexican restaurant.
Anybody, anything, which is also probably like very, very likely.
There's things to be hopeful for. I think it's okay to acknowledge there's a lot of evil in the world. Like there's a lot of cruelty. People talk about that a lot. So I know there's this big movement from a lot of people that right now the focus needs to be on community, because we see everyone as our enemy. The pandemic made us become more insular.
Yeah.
You have less community. You don't know your neighbors. You know, you're on social media, like you connect with people who are like-minded with you. But if you look around your community, you're going to see immigrants, you're going to see people of different colors, people of different like political affiliations. Like, you become more tolerant when you're around your community, whereas on social media, you're just around the same talking points over and over again. It's a feedback loop.
People have to understand that the government works for us.
Yeah.
We don't work for the government, and governments lie.
Well, yeah, I don't think people realize that they're doing the government's bidding. You know what I mean? Like, you think that you're an independent thinker because you think Pizzagate happened. I'm like, that's being fed to you. Like, you're not. You're a sheep. You think everyone else is.
It's like, okay, you believe Pizzagate, but you don't believe the Epstein files.
Yeah, like, you think everyone else is a sheeple, but you are the sheeple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw. There's this like quote. I see it every now and then. How like Trump was quoted like back in the 90s or whatever, saying that if he ever ran for president, he would be Republican because those people eat that shit up. Like, he says, like, they're mindless, like they're gonna do what I say, or like they're gonna love. I'm just gonna say whatever they want to hear, and it's like, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, no, the people in MAGA think that they're like unique and they're like the chosen, and I'm like, you are probably the most like you're a follower. Like, it makes you feel special to be a part of something that everyone hates. Like, that's not unique in any way.
And now that we're talking about like MAGA and stuff, like Sydney Sweeney, like, I saw that video that you were talking about where the guy was like, she's not attractive.
No, that was Mark.
Oh yeah. Where it's like, have you seen her orbital whatever? I saw that video and I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. But remember, like, when the birthday thing happened, her mom's birthday.
No,
it was her mom's birthday. This was like, maybe it's in the last couple of years, but Sydney Sweeney plus family, like, they posted pictures of the party of her mom's birthday, and there's people wearing MAGA hats, and people were like calling her out, and like her response was like, you guys, it's my mom's birthday, and people were like, okay,
you're like, cool, it's my rights.
She's like, you guys, this shouldn't even be a thing, it's just my mom's birthday. And it's like, okay, why is your mom's birthday Trump theme?
Yeah. I was telling Luke, like, I remember when Trump first got elected, they're like, this is because, Democrats aren't reaching across the aisle and they're not understanding other people's perspectives. I'm like, at this point, if you voted for Trump twice, that means like you want people who look like me or people of my same ancestry not in your country.
Yeah.
You also think that I should probably like be executed or sent to conversion camps. Like, there's no way in fucking hell that I'm interested in your point of view because you don't give a shit about mine.
Like, we know what it's rooted in. And if it's like, okay, let's say you voted for him in 2016 and then found your way, sure.
Yeah.
But you voted for him
twice,
3 times because he lost to Biden.
Oh yeah, if you voted 3 times and your justification was eggs were too high, I'm like, that says a lot about you.
That's a huge chinga tu madre from Barrio Baddies to you if you voted for Trump.
Because the eggs are too expensive.
Por los pinches huevos.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see how much of that we'll use or cut out. It's up to you. But I did want to talk about our New Year's Eve party that we threw.
Yes.
The Barrio Bitches
the first
Oficial
ever.
Party.
First ever. Woo!
Yeah. I think we had a good time. I didn't get too wasted because the night before our partners had a show.
Yes.
I accidentally drank like 5 vodka tonics that were each doubles. That were each doubles. And I only say accidentally because I think there was another person there whose partner got violently ill as well. So I think this bartender might have been like serving very heavy drinks.
Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah. I wasn't drinking very much. You weren't drinking very much either, which is very unique for us. Like, usually when we get together, we're like,
I was
little tragos, you know
hitting
what I mean?
my Benjamin a little bit. So I think that kind of helped. But I think also because like we were like eating too, which was like important for us to do because, and even like Arlene joked about it, where she's like, don't pull in Arlene, which is when we drink and don't eat. Cause that's a shout out to Arlene, but that's been our homegirl for a couple times. She forgets to eat, and then she's like, I'm a little drunk, and we're like, because you forgot to eat. Yeah.
Well, do you want to set the scene? What was the menu like? What did we have?
So okay, so we threw a New Year's Eve party. The theme was Time Traveler's Ball, which meant just pick a person, era, whatever, and just dress like that. I was 90s grunge, very, very Kurt Cobain. What about you?
I was 70s rocker-ish, kind of.
That was a really cute top. The
Yeah.
Journey top was really, really
You
cute.
know how much it was? Because it was like vintage. It was
From-
like $60.
From?
Second Street. It's like a vintage
yeah,
store.
yeah.
Yeah. Everything cost me like $200. I'm not even joking. But I'm gonna have to like reuse
But
everything.
the pants were really cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewear all
Yeah.
that stuff.
And I feel like that could be an outfit. Like,
Yeah.
not even like themed.
Well,
That could
Luke
just
was
be an
like, you look kind of like you look good in the 70s outfit, so maybe I might start like exploring that a little
maybe
bit.
that's your like
It's my new style.
your era.
My era, my 70s era.
Because I really like 90s stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so so we had a bunch of people just show up in like, you know, whatever era they chose. We had like early 2000s glam. Luke dressed like a DJ,
Yeah.
like early 2000s DJ.
Run DMC-ish, yeah. And then another friend of ours, I guess, yeah. Elisa, a fan. She wore a Juicy Couture
Juicy
tracksuit.
Couture velour tracksuit. Yeah, we had like Jackie showed up in a Backstreet Boys like a t-shirt and like a choker.
Very
it
90s.
was very, very I think people really like, some people were like really leaned into the theme, which was really, really fun. But we had Chef Ricky Ricardo in the back on the ones and twos, meaning the flat top grill. He was making fajitas and chicken and quesadillas outside. And Luke, as Pony Fur, was spinning all night. Hits, I will say.
Yeah.
And we just sort of like transformed the set into a dance floor, party vibe. We had a bunch of snacks inside, just like a bunch of chips and stuff. We laid out. We have like a full liquor cabinet because we just always have like, you know, people come over, we get some bottles and stuff, but we never finish them. So this was like the finish the bottle party where I put out bottles that had like this much, like maybe like 1 or 2 shots of tequila in it, and I was like, use it, because otherwise, you know, it's gonna stay in there.
Did you make a dent in it? Not really.
Yes, we threw away some bottles. Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, we still have a lot because like people left other stuff too. Like people left beers too, so we need to like either
have another party.
Because one thing that we don't really do is like drink at home. At least I try to not drink at home by myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was really fun. We decorated the house with like just a bunch of clocks and a bunch of like gold trims here and there, to be in the time travelers vibe. But I would say success. We set up a photo booth as well. People just took a bunch of pictures. I posted that on my personal Instagram. I just took everybody's like photo booth shots and just shared them. But it was really, really fun. And I know I see other things happening in the future. So if you're on this journey with us, if you've been here since day 1, episode 1, thank you. And if you've just found us, welcome. Yeah. We're really trying to lean into community as well. So you'll see maybe some community related events coming up from us.
Yeah.
What was your take on the party?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I do wish that I was more social. I probably was just talking to a few people, but there's always future opportunities, and like all your friends seem really nice, so I'm sure I'll be running into them again soon. But the food was really good. We had good snacks, desserts.
Yes, we still have a bunch of snacks from that we didn't like get through, so
there was some interesting conversations about vor.
I did not know what that was, and I probably don't remember what that is today.
And looks maxing, and definitely some interesting topics in there. But yeah, it was a good time for sure.
Yeah.
Next time, I'm sure I'll be a lot more drunker, maybe more social, but this time I couldn't because I was still recovering from the night before. But
that's fine too. And we don't want to force anybody to drink to be social with us in the first place. That's
Yeah, I feel like that happens a lot when you're young. They're like, why aren't you drinking? What's wrong with you? And I feel like now that we're older, like,
I
you
feel
don't
like
really do that.
the younger generations. Well, I guess
they
that's what
don't
I've seen.
drink.
They don't drink.
They don't drink. There's bars with no alcohol now.
Coffee shops.
Well, and
what
I
do they
think
drink?
I think that's all
Soda.
rooted in like they don't want to be cringe, right? Everyone has a phone now. That's what they say. You don't want to be accidentally recorded.
One thing that I appreciate is like we also talked about like
Digital footprint.
digital footprints, and then also just like generations that we're from, and like we were talking about millennials being on like we were there in the no technology to the emergence of technology, which has made, I think, a lot of us millennials really hyper aware of what digital footprints are. And I'm so glad that this didn't exist. In high school, all we had was like rumors. There was no really like, I mean, yeah, digital cameras existed and there was MySpace, but that was like a very dedicated, okay, I'm going to log on to MySpace and be online. This wasn't an instant, like, I'm going to upload a picture.
There was no secret filming of
to
you.
Snapchat. Yeah, there was no secret filming of
Well,
you.
I'm sure maybe that did happen to some people. I hope
And
not, but
it was just like it was just like easier to just sort of like be silly, like live freely, party freely without like wondering if you're gonna pop up on somebody's TikTok, because now anybody can film you, and
Yeah.
there's like no privacy anymore in that sense. And
yeah.
I guess maybe that's what Gen Z is like more aware of.
Yeah, and I guess but it's also affecting them in terms of like there's like they feel also afraid of like going up to other people and asking them out because they're afraid that they're going to be maybe filmed doing it or talked about doing it or called a creep. And
Yeah.
there's just a lot of awareness of like I can't, like I need to be not perfect, but like I can't be seen to be like I can't be criticized or like made fun of because of that. Because that's like cringe or whatever.
That's what we think it is why, but Gen Zers, tell us in the comments why you don't drink at the bars.
Do we want to do
Anyways.
our segment?
Yes, it's CHISME time.
Segment.
What? Okay.
Sorry, 1, 2, 3.
CHISME time.
So we have some new CHISME that came in.
Ooh, you guys. This one's juicy.
So this person, let's just say their name is Melissa. So Melissa sent in quite an intriguing CHISME, which I will read to you now. Let me just get this ready. Okay, so this is kind of a long one, but please bear with us. But it is quite juicy. Okay, so let's start. I believe it was freshman year at UT, and we were getting close to winter break. I randomly get this Facebook message from this guy. It was all pretty PG at first, just small talk. And then I realized that I knew this guy from high school. I guess he looked me up and decided to reach out. I remember telling him that I knew him, and he even said, yeah, I would see you at lunch sitting at our table with your friends. But I was always a little shy and never talked to you. Obviously, I thought, well, that was sweet. So we decided we would try and meet up while I was visiting back home for break. We continued to message each other, and at first, it was all innocent, just getting to know you kind of stuff. But then it slowly started to get weird. He started talking about wedgies, and if I had ever gotten one and had ever given one. And I was thinking, what the fuck? Like, no, of course not. And then he started talking to me about how he would give wedgies to his brother, and then get this. He would somehow manage to hoist himself up onto his bedroom door and give himself a wedgie that way. I couldn't really believe it at first, but then he showed me pics. After that, I tried to kind of ignore his chat requests because it was just very weird for me. I mean, I'd heard of people's fetishes, but never experienced meeting someone with one.
Wait, he had pictures of him giving himself wedgies, like dangling off the door.
I think so. I think so. Anyway, I was finally home for break and had honestly kind of forgotten about seeing him, but then he reached out and he wanted to meet up, and I remember thinking, well, maybe he won't make it weird and we'll just go somewhere and talk and catch up. What's the harm in that? I remember we had arranged to meet up and he agreed to pick me up from my house. I don't recall having any set plans, but once we started driving around, I quickly began to realize that he was looking for a quiet, private place where we wouldn't be interrupted, which honestly was fine with me. I figured we might get physical at some point. Despite his obsession with wedgies, I felt pretty safe with him because he was actually a pretty decent guy. Sweet, even. Okay. So we're in his car and we start making out, and I notice he starts to get hard, so I unzip his pants and start to give him oral, and he seems to be enjoying himself. And then I notice he's starting to take a while. And I'm like, oh my God, just finish already. And then he asked me to stop. And that's when he asked me if he can give me a wedgie. And I laughed and I was like, really? At first I thought he was joking. And then I could tell he was super serious. And I flat out told him, no, absolutely not. I think he was just needing that extra push, as you could say, but he was not getting it from doing that to me. And then he decided that he could probably get off if I gave him a wedgie. So he asked if I could, and I was speechless. At first, I didn't know what to say. I don't even think I gave him an answer before he was opening his door and walking over to my side of the car and opening my door and shoving his backside in my face. I could hear him pleading with me to just give him one. And in between my giggling and my sheer embarrassment, I thought, oh my God, am I really going to do this? Well, I slowly reached over and I just about had my fingers on his waistband before I was like, no. I just couldn't go through with it. I pulled away and told him that I was sorry, but I just couldn't do it. He didn't pursue it any further and walked back to get inside the car and zipped up his pants. I felt a little bad because I think on top of not finishing, he must have felt embarrassed. I told him if he wanted to make out, we could, but I didn't think we should do anything more than that. After that, he drove me home, and I was a little surprised that he wanted to try meeting up again. But I lied and told him that I was pretty busy for the rest of my break and didn't think I could find the time to meet up again. And that was the last time I saw him in person. Sometime later, I remember some friends of mine actually revealed that this man had actually been propositioning other girls we had gone to high school with and sharing his fetish with them as well. And some of these girls had been old friends of mine too. It was all a bit shocking, but I also found it funny because I doubt these other women would have engaged in satisfying this insane fetish of his. But of course, I never really knew the truth about that. Years later, during COVID and quarantine, this man happened to make his way into my life once again and slid into my DMs on Instagram. He reached out and we started chatting, and he told me he had actually gotten married.
Good for him.
I remember thinking, oh, that's nice. I'm sure she satisfies the sexual fetishes for him. Otherwise, why would he have married her, right? Wrong. As we continued to chat, I realized that he wanted to talk to me to share his sexual desires and fantasies surrounding his wedgie fetish. He would send me photos of himself in women's underwear and tried to tell me about how he would give himself wedgies. I had to stop him and told him I refused to engage in this kind of conversation because in my mind, it was cheating. Emotionally, he was talking to another woman, me, about sexual things, and he was doing it because he claimed he could never do so with his wife, who he described as vanilla. And I had to set him straight. I told him if we were going to continue speaking, there could be absolutely no talk about wedgies. As funny as that sounds, I was dead serious. I knew what it did to him, and I didn't want to be a part of that. Of course, he just couldn't help himself, so I had to end up blocking him. I found out later he was also messaging friends doing the same thing. I feel like I know now that shaming people for their fetishes can be wrong. I mean, as long as these fetishes aren't harming anyone and everyone involved is a consenting adult. If he ever found someone who consented to giving and or receiving wedgies, then good for him. I never again came across a man quite like him, nor do I ever have any kind of experience with fetishes, wedgies, or otherwise. Now, this is just an amusing story people request to hear at parties or brunch, so we can all share a good laugh.
First of all, is it the actual wedgie? Because, okay, so hearing that he also had pictures of him wearing women's underwear, is it that he just likes things up his ass? Like a thong?
Maybe.
Or is it the actual, like, the act of the wedgie, the act of something I don't know, the act of being bullied. That's the only thing I can associate wedgies with.
I mean, I do wonder if these fetishes start. I don't know when they start. It could be childhood. It could be.
We said it was he would give his little brother. That's gross,
That's
though.
also weird.
If he's like, I gave my little brother wedgie, and then I realized that I liked it, so then I started giving myself wedgies.
Or maybe that was his way of easing into it. Like, what? It's not a big deal. Like, I give my brother wedgies or something like that.
Man, if you're trying to get your girl to do something, don't say, I used to do it with my brother.
I mean, I just wish there were websites or like support groups for this for people who are into that.
There probably are. I mean, I feel like the internet is such a vast place. There's a niche for everything. Like maybe there's very specific like wedgie porn.
I guess if that is the case, I just don't know why you would go after people in high school that or people you went to high school with. Because what I can't, I mean, maybe there's closet wedgie people out there like, yeah, like I don't know what the percentage of people who like that. So why would you assume that anyone in your school would be into that? That just seems like a small percentage to me. I feel like it's like being gay. That's like me. Like, I like guys, so I'm going to go after, like, anyone at my school.
Yeah.
Not knowing. Whereas, like, I want to find guys who I know are gay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there, like, plentyofwedgies.com maybe site? I mean, the fact that he kept trying, though, is,
it's
like...
aggressive.
She was clear, like, with him, I don't want to do this. Even though, I mean, even at the beginning, there was like some pressure where like she almost did it, but was like, no. And then had those boundaries. And then for him to reach out again. And then also like he gets married and then it's like, my wife is vanilla and it's almost like the real me. So give me a wedgie kind of thing. But like, Melissa has been very clear about, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, like from the beginning. And then also like, she's like, this is cheating. Like, this is emotional. Like, you're sending me pictures of yourself. Like, this isn't just like I feel like at every step he was minimizing the severity of what he was requesting.
And I think at that point, for her to say like, okay, it is emotionally cheating because you are talking to me about these things, but he would have likely pursued that to be like physically cheating,
which it's still cheating, but I guess he doesn't see it that way.
Yeah. But like, he like that's how far he was willing to go,
right? To
get his.
Well, another thing I want to point out, and I think you can probably speak to this as well, as a woman, there was a few times Melissa kept saying, I want to be polite. And I feel bad for him.
There's no, like I understand where this is coming from, but I feel like you were very clear as to what you didn't want to do. And first of all, this is his fetish to deal with, not yours. So you don't have to deal with it at all. And to be like, no, I'm actually not going to be nice about it because you are being very rude about it by pushing it on me is probably like one of the learning lessons here of like, well, you were kind to him. And maybe that first time where you were like, maybe, but then you were like, actually, no. And he kind of wanted to keep using that to be like, oh, so I've talked to you about this. And like, I want to keep exposing you to this, even though she clearly had said no.
I mean, I think people like this can sense when someone's nice and polite and that they can kind of push the boundaries.
Yes. Yeah.
They can probably read a girl and be like, oh, she won't do it. Versus read another girl who's like, well, you know, she may not like it, but you know what? She's going to be polite about it. Or she's going to like do me the favor of doing this. And so I guess what I want to get at is like, I feel like as a society, we teach women that if they're uncomfortable, they should just like
sit in their own discomfort.
Yeah. And like you have to like be open to new things and like don't be a prude. You know what I mean? Don't be vanilla.
Yeah, the fact that he was like his wife, who he described as vanilla. It's like, okay, I'm sure your wife is doing other things for you.
Oh, yeah.
So like, shut the fuck up. And also, what the fuck is it about a wedgie?
I mean,
Like,
if there's any secret wedgie enthusiasts out there who want to tell us why,
because let me tell you,
we're not trying to shame. We just want to understand. Because some people look at me and be like, how do you like dudes? It's like, I got to explain that, right? But I just want to understand.
but liking wedgies is weird.
Linda's shaming. Linda's kink
Okay, speaking from experience, que siempre se me mete el pinche perro, I'm like, I fucking hate this feeling. I hate having a wedgie. It's so uncomfortable.
I don't wear underwear, so yeah, I get you.
So like, what is it? And
How does that start?
first of all,
So, okay, maybe are
Melissa's in the car with you, very down to hang out, very down
to blow you?
to blow you, which first you should be very thankful for. Here's Melissa looking hot, like blowing you, and you are thinking of a wedgie?
Ready to gobble it down?
Like, no. Are you kidding me?
So then you are kink shaming.
For this one.
Okay. I try not to. I mean, unless it hurts somebody, right?
Right.
Like if somebody wants to, I think we talked about last time, when some men will put rods in their pee holes, that's a sexual fetish. I don't get
They're
it.
only hurting themselves, which is
I
whatever.
would never, if that's your thing, if you're being safe about it, if you're doing it to another person, fine, whatever. I think it's, for me, the problem here is like the being really pushy about it.
Yes. And that's why I'm shaming, because if Melissa was like, and you know what? That's the day I found out I loved wedgies too. Good for both of you.
This would be a celebratory story.
This would be a love story ad.
Yes.
This would be a meet cute ad. Like, in that case, the I feel like my reaction would be different. But no, this is a man who, okay, tried to introduce it and then was very politely shot down and told like, these are the boundaries. And then years later, even after he's married, is still trying to do this. And the fact that she says that he has been doing this to other people is like, what's fucked up too. Like,
yeah, I just feel like, well, one, I do think that if you're going to enter a relationship with somebody and there's something very specific that you want done to you or you want to do to another person, I think it's important to communicate that. I think the reason why people are like, let's go into it without shame is because if you do shame people, then they do it on the DL, they keep the secrets, then they end up being really shady like this guy.
yeah.
So I think that's where that comes from. I guess we need to be, I think, to their face, be polite, like, sorry, I don't do that. And then you can laugh about it with your homegirls.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is what she did.
That's true. So I think in this case, whatever, he's into whatever, but I think the problem is like the pushiness, which I think a lot of women can resonate with, even if there isn't a fetish. There's guys who will be very pushy about it. You know, like, we don't have to, all we have to do is like blowjobs. We don't have to do anything else. And it's like, well, I don't want to do anything, but like, and they keep going. That's a fucking problem. And like, you're a predator at that point.
The trash of it all right now is like him being currently married and like reaching out to other people to try to get this wedgie fetish thing going.
Which I'm like, pick a girl who's a fucking freak like you.
Yeah.
Pick a girl who's a freak like you. But I guess it all starts with shame to begin with. So he's maybe never told his wife.
And also, yeah, like, it's so easy of him to say, my wife is a vanilla. But what if he's never talked to her about it?
Yeah.
And honestly, giving a wedgie is it is the tamest of things, which is why it's making me laugh too, because it's like, that's it. Just
that's why you're being so
pulling your
secretive.
underwear. That's why you're being so secretive. That's why you're willing to cheat on your wife, because you want a
whole
wedgie.
wedgie system.
Like, that's why I'm judging. That's the part that I'm judging. I think that it's like, that doesn't feel that deep. It's funny, doesn't feel that deep, and it doesn't feel that deep enough for you to call your wife vanilla and approach other women about this.
I mean, cheat on her.
And that's why you're a funny story at brunch.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank our listener Melissa for sending that in. It was a doozy. Complicated levels to
doozy
it.
of a wedgie.
Those levels to it. Emotional roller coasters.
Funny.
Very funny. Very well written. So I butchered a little bit of that reading it, but
Does anyone else like wedgies?
comment.
You know my stance. I fucking hate it. You know Ricky's stance. That's why he doesn't wear underwear. So tell us.
Yeah.
Are they worth it?
Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever come across a man when you were like dating before you got married who proposed something to you that you were like, I'm not doing that?
Yes. Like bondage. Like
okay.
being tied up, like dominated. And I was like,
No, thank you.
no thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Did he seem upset about it?
No.
Okay.
And like didn't happen because that guy was like, okay, well you're not into that. So like, never mind.
So you're like,
he's like,
respect.
we're clearly not a match.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You're like,
okay,
respect.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I did get his backstory being like, he was with a dominatrix and like that changed his life. He's like, I love it. Like I love being dominated and dominated. Like he loved both things. And like once he gave me the spiel, the elevator pitch of what went into it, what entailed, and I was like, I'm not into that. And he was like, okay, well, good luck with the rest of your life.
And that's how it should be.
And that's how it should be. And you know what? I hope this man found the dom of his life.
Yeah. So he had like reverse 50 Shades where the woman was the one who was into the bondage.
That's how he got
And
into
then
it. And then I think he was like exploring, like what he wanted to explore was him being the dom. Like I guess now, like in his dating, experiences. But I was like, no, that sounds terrifying to me. And he was like, okay, noted.
Yeah. I mean, that's a problem with this country, right? Like we're founded by an evangelical community from the very beginning where there's lots of shame in terms of like sex and you have to kind of fall in line. So there's all these people who want this stuff and they can't communicate it or they feel ashamed about it. But we just need to let people find each other. Like,
yeah,
Dom with Dom. Okay, you go over there. Wedgie, you go over there. Like,
find your buddy. Find your buddy system.
You're into dressing up as a woman. Okay, you go over there. Like there needs to be like a great, like everyone just needs to be like honest about what they're into. But of course, that's never going to happen because there's always going to be people who are secretly shamed about it.
Well, being honest in the appropriate circumstances, like I said, like here's a married man who's like trying to do this with other women. That's not the that's not the way to go. Like,
Like,
and especially with somebody who's told you repeatedly that they're not willing to do that. Like, then why do you keep, like after that, like after the first no, then you're harassing somebody to like do what you want to do, and that's where it's not okay.
And I'm sure this guy knew that Melissa was friends with these other girls he was talking to.
Yeah, like that's that again. Also,
girls
fucked
talk.
up.
Do these guys not know that girls talk?
Clearly,
Like they all know your dick size, whether you like that or not.
like I said, you're the story at brunch,
I know.
and that's on you.
Seriously. But anyway, we please send in your stories or your thoughts. We don't have restrictions. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody and it's legal and
This
appropriate.
is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Again, don't sue us. Blake Lively, please.
Yes.
And let us know if you want to be anonymous or not. Like, we're just doing that. We're just reading these stories for fun. We just want to give your take, and we want to share with everybody else so that we just hear from other people in the comments. Like, do you like wedgies? Yes or no? But yeah, share the chisme. You can email us at barriobpod@gmail.com and give us the tea, and we might feature you in our next episode. But yeah, this was what is it? This was a really fun one, a really funny one. So keep them coming.
Yes.
We did not manage to use the word of the day again. But it was.
Oh, well, you know what? Melissa refuses to be a migajera.
That's what's up. She refuses to be a migajera.
She is not
said,
a migajera.
Not in my house. There you go.
Yeah.
So let's not be migajeras in 2026.
Yes. Well, I think that's another episode, our second episode of the new year.
Yes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, you can check us out on Instagram at Barrio Bitches Pod, TikTok at Barrio Bitches Pod, YouTube is at Barrio Bitches Pod, and Spotify, just Barrio Bitches. Check out our full fit after and let us know what your favorite part of today's episode was.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye. Oh my God. I've been fighting my sneeze for like an hour.